Bazaar is the most important town in the Khumbu region, the land of the Sherpa people. This town is located at 3,440 metres above sea level. After the difficulty of the last day, you will feel the rest day at Namche is well deserved, but the idea behind the rest or acclimatisation day is to climb high during the day and then sleep lower. This will help your body adjust to the altitude more easily. The most common walk to take on the rest day is to the Everest View Hotel. From here on a clear day there are spectacular views of Everest. This walk should only take around 2 hours, leaving you plenty of time to explore Namche Bazaar. A market takes place every morning in the town centre. Many traders come from Tibet to trade here, on the far side of the Himalayas. Looking from a distance, it looks like a second-hand clothes market, with everything spread out on the ground. But in fact, most of the goods you will find here are new imitation climbing gear. There is a big difference between the tourist prices and local prices, so if you want to buy something here and have a porter or a guide, get them to make the purchase for you. Almost anything you might need for the trek ahead can be bought on the streets of Namche Bazaar. Items like down jackets, sleeping bags, shoes, socks, gloves, scarves, suntan cream, lip balm, tissue paper, maps and water. Namche Bazaar has many internet cafes, making it one of the few places in the region where trekkers can access the internet. The internet cafes connect via satellites, and so the resulting connection speed is slow. The village also contains a German bakery, well known in the region for providing good quality Western food, including pizza. The walk from Namche to Tenboche should take between 5 and 7 hours. It begins with a very steep and tiring walk up out of the village. There is a large amount of construction taking place in Namche, with many new lodges being built. The sound of stone being cut is very quickly replaced with the sound of the wind blowing in the trees and the calming sound of the yak bells. The atmosphere has changed so quickly. Tenboche Monastery can be seen in the distance on a clear day, as well as the summit of Everest. After about 20 minutes walking, the ground levels off and you'll find your pace increase. After an hour or two of level, easy trekking, you have to walk downhill, losing much of the altitude you gained over the last day, so you can use this old bridge to cross the river. But the altitude that was lost must now be gained with a tough 2-hour uphill walk. Most people will stop here and have their lunch before attempting to make the final push for Tenboche. The price of a bottle of soft drinks here might be 50% higher than it was in Lukla, although meals like rice, soup and bread will be mostly the same. The lack of oxygen in the air is really noticeable at this stage. Only the Sherpas seem to be able to scale this steep hill at a reasonable pace. Everyone else is choosing to take it slow and steady. Tenboche village is located at an altitude of 3,867 metres. In the village is an important Buddhist monastery, the largest in the Khumbu region. The structure was built in 1923 but was destroyed by fire in 1989. It is rebuilt with the help of volunteers and the provision of foreign aid. From here there are great views of Everest and Ama Dablam. All the traffic heading towards Everest passes through the centre of Tengboche, so it's a great place to relax and watch all the yaks, porters and trekkers go about their business. There is a large green area in the centre of the village for camping and several lodges to choose from. There is an internet cafe here, but the electricity supply does not always work. There is a bakery in the centre of the village which claims to be the highest in the world, and at nearly 4,000 metres it's easy to believe. The chocolate cakes here are delicious and taste as if they were freshly baked yesterday. The quality in the lodge is a little lower here than in Namche. The dining area is uncomfortable, with the small stove only providing heat to the people sitting directly around it. Most people will eat their food by 7 p.m. and go to bed. The walk from Tengboche to Dingboche starts off gently sloping downhill, but shortly after crossing the river, we head uphill and spend most of the day walking along the river valley. Many people visiting this region of Nepal will only go as far as Tengboche, so from here onwards there are less trekkers, porters and yaks along the path. There are some lovely family-run tea houses to stop in along the way, serving up tasty drinks like hot lemon or yak milk tea. Overall, it is an easy but long day's trekking, with the journey taking up to 6 hours. At this altitude, many people will suffer mild headaches and shortness of breath. The village of Dingboche is located in the Chokhung Valley at an altitude of 4,530 metres. Trekkers will usually spend 2 nights in Dingboche for acclimatisation purposes. The village relies heavily on tourists, with lodges and tenting areas comprising most of Dingboche. The Imja River flows directly east of the village. Most people choose to spend the rest day hanging around the village. There is a bar here with a pool table. Expensive internet cafe and satellite phones are available at a high price if you feel like phoning home. The day starts off with a steep climb up the edge of a hill, providing a great view down into the Chokhung Valley, with Island Peak visible at its end. Most people take a short break here and prepare themselves for the long march ahead. Today's walk could take up to 6 hours or more, depending on how the altitude affects you. As you walk along the side of the valley, if you look down to the left at the base, you can see a small village called Periche. There is a medical centre in Periche where emergencies can be treated. For minor ailments, there is a fixed charge. This charge enables the doctors to be able to treat the locals for free. Most of the walking today is along relatively level ground. There are a few signs of civilization along this route, so if you need to refresh with a drink or some food, do so at the nearest available shop. For the last hour or two, the ground becomes steep and rocky until you reach the small village of Lobuche. Compared to places like Dingboche or Tengboche, there is not really much here. 2 or 3 lodges and a camping area make up Lobuche. The village is quite exposed, and the high winds can cause a lot of dust to blow around the village. Because of this, most trekkers choose to relax indoors. The number of trekkers passing through this village can vary greatly, and it is common for there to be no accommodation available. Guests may be asked to share a room with a stranger or even sleep on the dining room floor. There is no way around this, as the nearest lodge is many hours' walk away. Today we have to walk for a little over 5 kilometres. It does not sound like much, but at this altitude it may take anywhere up to 5 or even 6 hours. There is no clear path and you have to walk over loose rocks, which add to the difficulty. The small village of Gorak Shep is actually the original base camp for climbers heading towards the summit of Everest. The small village is located at the base of a peak called Kalapathar, which appears as a big brown bump below the impressive south face of Pommery. Many trekkers in the region of Mount Everest will attempt to summit Kalapathar, since it provides the most accessible point to view Mount Everest from base camp to peak. Due to the structure of Everest, the peak cannot be seen from base camp. The final part of this trek, the 3-hour walk to base camp, is difficult and dangerous. There are several crashed helicopters in the base camp region. Because the air is so thin at this altitude, landing and taking off can be difficult. Unlike the rest of the trek, there is no path to follow here, so it is not recommended to attempt this without an experienced guide. The journey takes us over the Khumbu Glacier, finally ending at the base of the Khumbu Icefall. You can say you are at base camp when you are looking up the Khumbu Icefall. The icefall is regarded as one of the most dangerous stages of the South Col route to Everest summit. Depending on what time of year it is, you may see the tents of support crews for climbers attempting to summit Everest. The months of April and May being the busiest times at base camp.
Actually, we are right now biggest World Heritage Movement, and this is the place, the name is Pashupatinath we call. That's opposite of me, there is Golden Temple, and that's the temple name is Pashupatinath. That means it's holy animal place. That's why around here you can see, if you go after, you can see the monkey, cow, dog, snake, rat, tiger, lions, deer and ox. Those are 9 animals not allowed to kill, because those are transportation of our Hindu god as Ganeshas. Like human beings, we have transportation, the aeroplane to far to travel, and for car, taxi, bus. As Hindu god, we have different animals, and they are not allowed to kill, they are sacred. And near the temples, we have the cremation ghats over here, front of me. There is the place which is like triangles, and almost there is some women are cry, and almost they are waiting for family relatives. And we have totally the 7 platform here, and rest of round platform, that's for meditation. In here we can see 60, 65, and for triangles are cremation, and we burning here for during the day, in one day more than 30 to 35 bodies are, and sometime as well as more also, and sometime as less also, 10 to 15. As in 24 hours we have during the night also, day, morning, every time, because this is the biggest temple. We have 80% Hindus in Nepal, and they cannot bring 80 persons because 10% they are staying mountainside, 10% border of India. And when they die, the 20% and almost they are like carry the body, you know, the like a bed of bamboos, and they take bank of any river. And almost we are like 60%. If they die, 40% hospital home, the cremated here immediately, soon as possible. And like 20% we are sick, we go hospital, as doctors say no more hope, and they likes to die, most of people, and they bring in this place here. We have other side. If we go to the next side, we see the white building near the temple. That's the White House, which is people are waiting for die. You can see the near the red house, opposite of red house there is white. That's the hospice where the people are waiting for die. Some are they bring from the hospital today morning, they die today evening. Some are they wait for 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. And that house they provide from government, dedicated of government. And there almost doctor, sister, medicines are free everyone here. And if they die, rich are, we burning next side, there is the separate platform for political persons. We burning the body natural material. It's cost 500 kilogram wood to burning for one body, and minimum 10 to 12 kilogram the butter of cow, buffalo, because to pure butter of cow, buffalo, we put between the wood, then body they help to burning fast as fast. And we cannot allow to put like a kerosene, sugar, oil, because that's they made from machine. The human bodies are all over the world, Europe, America, Australia, anywhere people are they born, humans are. Just we have different skin. Some of them they have white, some of them they have black, you know. Human bodies are they made from five natural materials, which is we call air, water, sky, heaven and earth. And we believe if we burning from natural material, then they mix into the air to the air, water to water, dust to dust. That's why we burning from natural material. And after families are, when they come, the body they put near the platform and they cover from white as orange clothes. Because we burn the naked, and when we die, the families are, they take the priest are higher caste. Because before the democracy time, we have according the caste system. And right now we don't have any more caste. And that's why all the people are, we believe they are same, equal, you know. And we have this 4 platform 12 years before, and 19, you know, 95 people are so many die, and they have to burn for one body 5-6 hours they have to wait. And that's why the government they build the 3 platform new, and that's why we have 7 platform over there. And almost like when they bring body here from hospital home, you know, when they brought here, then after the family relatives one by one they come queue by queue, and they are offering, they buy some in flower market, flower necklace, like red powder, orange powder, and they are offering into the body. And some rich people are, they are wearing, you know, the necklace of gold, and some are ring, silver, and that's never burning, you know. And they mix in ash and they push into the river, the ash they push in river, and sometimes they are going south and sometimes they found. And that's why they go to searching in there if they are lucky, you know. And some of them not belongs to. This is the river, name is Bagmati, and this is come from the mountain, from the Himalaya. And this is the follows to the Ganges in mix in the Banarasi in India. And this river name is Bagmati because this is come from the Himalaya, and they went more than 200 kilometers down in earth, and they come from the mouth of tiger. And that's why we call the Bagmati. Bagmati means, Bag means tiger, Mati means water. This is come from inside the tiger mouth, this water. We have 108 temple around in this place, and temple those are dedicated of Shiva. Shiva is the main god, because golden temple is Shiva, the biggest temple. Around here, and 108 temple, and middle of the temple there is a small statue, which is symbol of Shiva we call. And inside the statue they are worship from the like a red color, yellow color, flower. Every day morning 5 to 6 o'clock, priests they go inside, they worship from red color, yellow color, incense, candle. That time they rent the belt. We have big belt also, more than 300-400 years old belt. Some are like 100 to 500 years old temples are. Because 108 temple, there was not built the one king, there was built the 108 king. Different time there was built the different kings are.
So right now you are in the oldest city of Nepal, and it called in Bhaktapur, and Bhakta it means devotees and Pur means city. So actually until 16th to 17th century in our Nepal we have many separate kingdoms. It's Kathmandu, Patan and Bhaktapur is the three different kingdom here. So right now you are in the Bhaktapur, and which is the 15 kilometer from Kathmandu valley. So and right now you are in the main square of this place, and it called the Darbar Square, and Darbar means the royal palace and square means the area. So in this square you can find the three different architect of temple. So and first one you can find in the pagoda, and pagoda is originally from in Nepal, and second one is the Sikhara, which is Indian art, you can find in southern part of India. So and third is the Stupa, and Stupa is the Buddhist art, and which is found in Nepal also. So in this Bhaktapur city it is very famous for three different art and architect. So first one you can see in every temple and everywhere here we have a nice wood carving here, woodwork here. So and the people from generation to generation they are making their work as a wood carve. Still now you can see some people they are making here now. And second is the clay pot, the farmer they are making the pottery here. So and third is the painting, and which is very popular in this place, and there is one school and you can see the 40 artists and 6 teachers from Tibet, and they are making the painting exhibition here. So and this is the three things is very popular in this city. And you see there is a one column, there is the column there, and that's the king, and he is the second last king of this place, and his name is Bhupatendra Malla. So and you have a praying statue inside of the Golden Gate. There is a beautiful temple here as a Kumari, and Taleju temple inside here. We'll go to look there also. And you see these all are the buildings here, and these are the king palace. So when we have a separate kingdom, and that time these all are the buildings, they are the palace here. But nowadays in the government they provide as a national art gallery in the museum, and there is a black window one, there is a fine carving, and which is the 55 window palace here. And you know actually in this pottery from generation to generation they are still making it here. So they have a one wooden wheel, and inside of the wooden wheel they put in the clay, and after that they run by the sticks roundly 2-3 times, and after that they make it by their hand, and this is a typical one. No? And but nowadays they had a modern technique, and they put in the motor by electricity also. They are making the pottery here. Actually, when the people, this is the city, it was the old heritage UNESCO monument. So and some the people when they are making the houses, build the house like this, and the municipality they provide them for the nice woodwork, wooden door and windows for them, and mostly the people they make some statue and the small windows and like that, and the tourists, mostly the tourists, they come here and they will buy it from them.